And
Hey everybody, it's me, Aaron. It's my buddy Jason, not this week, my arch enemy, Jason. But look, it's the Sooner Nation Fantasy Football League. It's what, week 6? Man, it's good to be back home. As many of you know, I just returned from Las Vegas, Nevada on a trip with my dear friends. We saw so many interesting things. Uh, and Jason, the food. Las Vegas has become a real foodie destination, as you know, a pantheon of celebrity chefs. And oh, did we eat well. Of course, most nights we just ate whatever it was we were serving in the soup kitchen that afternoon. But oh my goodness, old Grady in the back can really work a pot. So we ate like kings all week. There was a special one night that the men's homeless auxiliary made some stroganoff for us. It was really wonderful. Chris was helping them with their golf swings. It was great. What a wonderful trip. That was at night. In the daytime, we were offering carcinoma checks to needy. Did you know that it was spring break for all of the Texas universities this weekend? It was spring break all across Texas, and all the co-eds were trying to get in one more pool weekend. So, it was great to be of service. Those poor lost souls. Uh, but hey, look, week 6 is in the books. The NFL season, it's a third of the way through. A third of the way through already. Like, man, it just flies. Like, do you remember 3 weeks ago when I was 0-3? I mean,
no. The all is right with the world. Uh, you were 0 and 3 just 3 weeks ago?
time flies, man. You never know what each week holds. You just
That
don't.
absolutely. It's the drama of the NFL. It just always wins. It
Yeah,
just always wins. It
yeah,
captures my attention from Thursday to Monday night at midnight, and then it's not like I don't stop paying attention to it, nonstop Tuesday and Wednesday.
right?
It always wins. The drama
Yeah,
of it, the schedule is perfect, and
yeah,
here we are already 6 weeks down. It
yeah,
really is hard to believe. So,
yeah.
hey. I'm so glad that you and Josh and Chris go on this mission trip every year that happens to coincide with the fall break of all of the co-eds from Texas.
Sure.
It's the least you can do to help those who are in need. If anybody's
Yeah,
looking to help those in need and while they're in town, there's a ministry called Micah Community Movement that serves lots of people in the city. Really great organization. Happens to be connected to OKC First. Uh, one of our nonprofits that's pretty interesting. And so, not a lot of Texas co-eds involved in that. But if God is touching your heart right now
yeah.
after hearing about the mission work done by Weiss, Copeland, and
Yeah.
Lahan of 4200, let me know and I can connect you to the right kind of people.
It might help your numbers. Get some co-eds in there. Yeah.
Okay. I uh I was putting up a picture that I happened to find I think probably sent by one of those co-eds. It looks
Yeah,
like maybe your one thing you did fun after serving all of those in need was it looks
yeah,
like you may have gone to a game.
yeah. Boy, we saw two bad football teams. Not, I like how I'm smiling like my child there. That's like being forced. All right, grin for the picture. Yeah. It those two teams are not good. We continued our tradition. This was our third time to a Raiders game. Third time a coach has been fired. Second time a coach has been fired before we flew home.
No way.
So yeah, John Gruden didn't make it through our weekend, and now Tommy Boy Callahan has not made it through our weekend. Uh,
It might be
yeah,
have
we had,
something to do with those Texas co-eds.
it could be. It's a dangerous town. It is a whew, it's a dangerous place.
Well, hey,
Yeah,
who was halftime? Who was halftime performance?
halftime was Aloe Black, which is awesome, except halftime was also two-thirds of it was this ceremony for Marcus Allen being in the
Oh,
Hall of Fame, and they were honoring him as a Raider. And so he had to talk for a few minutes. And I just give me more Aloe. You
okay.
know, he he
Okay.
sang he sang "I'm the Man," which was really cool. But right, but I could have used some more. I could have used
Yeah.
three Aloe songs.
Maybe he only has maybe he was like, "Hey guys, I'm only a one song wonder
Yeah,
anymore. I
it's it.
just I can do one thing and one thing
Yeah,
only and it's I'm the man." So,
yeah, and he
fill
is.
fill that time.
Yeah,
Got a couple more pics
yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Thought this was quite the photo.
Yeah. We were walking by and they asked us if we would mind having a picture with these were some Make a Wish girls. They were
Oh,
Make a Wish kids that wanted to be cheerleaders at a game.
Yeah.
And
No, I
so they
just
were like, "Yeah, let us pretend to take pictures with people," and we're like, "Yeah, we'd be happy to help you kids."
a real humanitarian trip.
Mhm.
That's awesome. And one
Yeah,
more picture. I went ahead and redacted a part of it though. I did just in case people under the age of 18 are perhaps watching. We're gonna get the full picture next, but Weiss family, if you want to send the girls away for a little bit. If Caden wants to step out of the room before we have the grand
yeah.
reveal,
Hey,
I'll
Hayden's
give
seen it.
I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, and what a great photo here in a
Hmm.
Vegas elevator. Where did
Yeah,
you guys stay? Is this at the Super 8 out in Henderson?
it is. It is. Yeah, but we had at least a double bed, so it was
Okay.
great. Now, the Caesar's
Okay.
Palace
Nice.
of Hangover fame.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
That's where we were residing. That's a pretty good place. We had a good time. They've got some
That's awesome.
fun.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. Well, this is not a show about Vegas, although I need to call you off the air
yeah,
to be able to hear about it. This is a show that we are recapping week 6 and previewing week 7. So, all you kids who are back in the room, this is the 6-7 week. So,
mm.
we can celebrate 6-7 as we get into a chance to celebrate that. I'm sure all of the middle school teachers are thrilled about this
Oh
being
yeah,
week 6-7. Uh, and do you want to start us off by recapping the week? I think that, a couple things happened this week to make week 7 a little interesting with your team and mine. Looking forward to that. But do
yeah,
you want to start us off by telling us about
yes.
the Ghosts going to 6-0, scoring 121 points while in Vegas?
Rolling. Yeah, you talk about a confident team. The Ghosts did not believe they could lose this weekend. However, given similar convictions that the Sooners and Ducks would also be victorious, his confidence was a little shaken come Sunday morning. Um, Dude made a game out of it, though. He would have beaten both of us this week. Had the fifth highest score of the week, so nothing to be ashamed of for the dude. But
Yeah.
not enough when Dak Prescott is just delivering like this every week. He he has to too, because I saw Rex Ryan this week called the Dallas defense the Doomsday defense, and that just delighted me. But look, just this devastation here from Josh Jacobs, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Drake London. Here's the thing: have you ever seen a team have 3 20-point dudes and 3 zeros?
Never. This is one of the strangest. Josh didn't even need the extra 3 players.
No.
Didn't even need him. In fact, I'd like to challenge him next time we play to not even put starters in those spots. Why even
Yeah.
why even worry about it if he's going to get zero from that spot? May as well just
Yeah.
let those guys have the week off next time we play one another. Just a thought, just an idea.
Yeah.
I thought that
Oh,
uh, I go to church, and so Sunday mornings there's occasionally an England game or a London game, I guess they call
yes.
it, and you texted that maybe a group that Middendorf's quarterback had a hard day. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
I imagined the Broncos winning by 100 points, and you told me that they won just by like a couple of points, and I was like, how in the world can Justin Fields have -11 passing yards and Denver Broncos only win by 2 points? I was actually
It's
shocked.
London.
Yeah, I was actually shocked to see that the Broncos only had 19 points. So the due to bye with a huge start, but no way could he
Yeah.
overcome the Ghosts. Congrats to the Ghosts on going 6-0. Whoa. Huh.
Yeah.
Anything else here? Can please move on?
No, but that is a monster defense game. Like you hate
Okay.
to squander something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of did the math a little bit and was like, huh, if I knew that every time out I would have, around 35 points more with the extra 3 spots than the guy I'm playing, I would feel so good about how I would do.
Right?
Oh man. Okay.
Mismatch.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh gosh.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty.
I forgot about this, but Drake London had
Yeah.
more catches and touchdowns and yards than any of my wide receivers have scored all season long, just in the first half. So that was it's an impressive first half by
Yeah.
Drake London.
Yeah.
And then JSN,
He's
oh my,
playing like number one.
he really is. He looks like it.
Yeah.
You predicted it, even though it seemed foolish a few years ago. Congratulations to you on feeling like Notre Dame when it came to that. But look at this one. Speaking of Justin
Woo.
Fields, can you break down this game when a
Yeah.
team scores 84 points and
Yeah.
gets a win?
Yeah. Look, Jason. Some teams wilt when they lose their starting quarterback. Some teams thrive. Here I am. Where's John? What happened to the top scoring team in the league? Where are you? Where are you, you bum? Justin Fields, 7.6. Get out of here. Hey, Jason, you know how having an outdoor shower is like a rich man, poor man thing? Like you have an
Yes.
outdoor shower, you're one of the two. You're either it's a hose hanging over a wall because that's the only shower you got, or it's next to your pool to rinse off, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what we've got here. Your running back outscores the rest of your team combined.
Oh,
Like,
I I
but
was I was amazed. I was actually hoping that Bijan would just have an off night because I was wondering what the low point total was for someone who didn't have any of his players get hurt.
right, well, yeah. Justin Fields did that over a whole morning.
Yeah. 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 Uh, no,
Yeah,
I
poor Puka. I feel bad for Puka.
me
The
too.
league is worse when he's hurt,
Yeah.
so that's a bummer.
Yeah, and then I mean I hope Lamar comes back in a couple of weeks. Uh Yeah, I mean, congrats on the win, I guess. 84 points,
Yeah,
1.2 points from your big three at the bottom there. Speaking of you and
yeah. And
you and
I
Josh
was barely better. I was
just
barely better
nailing
than
your
Josh.
extras there. I think you spent $52 on the Green Bay Packers to have him get
Mhm.
you 1 point.
Yeah, that's not lost on me.
Got one more
Yeah,
point than I did.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
But
I just looking forward to the pillow fight coming up between you and I this upcoming week. We'll get to that in a
yeah,
little bit, but the only picture I have here is of this guy who continues to dominate the league.
it's awesome. It's so awesome.
He looks so good. The line looks so
So good.
good. I
Yeah,
mean, just the line is incredible. I mean, it feels like
yeah.
if you could draft a unit right now, you might draft the Colts offensive line when it came to like
They're great.
yeah, or
Just
like maybe like
boom.
Seattle's defensive line. I'm not sure, but like they just seem to open up those huge holes for anybody who's running. So, uh, I what let's
Oh,
this is from the press conference. Well, let's move
yeah,
on. Let's
yeah.
move on. But he has to feel good about Bijan. That run that he had in the
Oh,
first half was he's so it's like he's in like fast forward and everyone else is in regular motion.
yeah.
Uh, but look at this game. I mean, really,
Phew.
it was the game of the week. It
Yeah.
was Mahomes versus Goff. We had talked about this Sunday Night
Hmm.
Football. Collinsworth on the call. You got this incredible matchup, and somehow it came down to this result. Both teams at 4-2. It was the game of the week. Break it down.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Game of the week. So much fun with the dueling quarterbacks. Like just back and forth. Rhino's running backs really letting him down though. They'd been playing really well, like not well enough to get out of the Viper fangs, but I. It's funny. I think of Jeff as a double tight end owner, and here's Jay using his own tricks against him, just beating him with his own move. That's frowned on in wrestling. They don't like that. Uh, not many teams can throw out two tight ends like Jay can though. Trey McBride, Tucker Kraft, like
Wow.
that is a twosome. Uh, George Pickens, 6 touchdowns through 6 games.
Wow.
Number one wide receiver in the rankings.
Wow.
Number one, George Pickens. I don't know if it keeps up when CD comes back, but holy cow.
He
Yeah,
looks so
yeah,
fun too. He looks so
yeah,
fun. It looks like he's having fun. I would to be too if I was in that offense right now and had that dumb that defense. So yeah.
yeah. I thought the Steelers only got rid of guys when they were like every wide receiver they get rid of is just disappears after they leave the Steelers. It feels like you think they're good and no, they're no good. But he's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's really good. He's a knucklehead, but he's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Jeff. I think his running backs will rebound, but that's gross
Yeah,
to lose.
I had one picture of this guy because do you happen to know what he's ranked in the quarterback rankings right now?
I think it was 2 or 3.
Yeah, the guy, man. And
Yeah,
he gets Rice back and Rice back into Jeff's lineup this week. So
yeah.
I don't feel bad for Jeff
But
taking this just difficult 1.3 point loss because he's got Rice back and he's got Mahomes right now. He's gonna rebound. I'm not worried about him. So
yeah, he's going to be a handful with
yeah,
Mahomes playing
for
like this.
sure. Yeah. Another winner who scored less than 100 points seems to be happening from time to time. Uh,
Yeah,
what do you got for this breakdown of these two teams?
yeah. Well, the Sox had lost 3 of the last 4. They would have lost this one too if Mahoney had just been able to resist Geno Smith, resist playing the quarterback you're watching. Uh, he is truly abysmal. It is bad. The line does him no favors. The line is awful too. They're in his face all the time, but Geno is just bad. We saw some bad quarterbacking. But like Devin Achane trade really paying off, really for both teams.
Yeah,
But
they are.
boy, really paid off. DeAndre Swift looked as good as I've ever seen him on Shane's bench. I don't know if he, who do you bench? It's tough. But he's looking really good. It was thrilling to see Aston Genty run the ball. He's just having to overcome so much in that clunky offense.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
one really terrific drive in the second half where he caught a ball like right in front of us, and then he was running, and that was great. Mahoney finally got great games with Tet and Sam Laporta. This is his second good game of the year.
Mhm.
He's got to feel good about that nucleus there, especially Tet. He looks like he belongs. Looks like he can play. Um, just you can't overcome that 27 from Achan.
Man, yeah, that I completely agree with everything you said. Watching Mahoney's bench just, with just a small tweak could have carried him to victory. How do you think Chris and Caden handled that?
Chris was very disappointed. He
Yeah.
was very disappointed, and then drowned his sorrow in a very large steak. Oh
Oh,
no, sorry that was a sea bass that night.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Man.
yeah.
Well, congrats on the win, the Sox. Felt like Chris
a,
had
a sea
felt
bass with a side of lobster, if I remember correctly. So he was really sad.
oh,
Yeah,
it felt like Shane got one handed to him here. But I'm glad that Chris could be in misery watching his team fail in person.
right. There were so many. They had so many guys in the game, and it's like, oh, where's Trey Tucker? And he finally made a big play, but it
This
was
is
right there. It was right there.
the only
Oh,
picture
and
I have is
Chuba.
the only picture I have is I think this is Rico Dowdle. Uh the star running back that I think's been on the bench the last two
Yeah,
weeks, uh,
yeah.
scoring
Rico.
more points than anybody else. So I guess we're just
We
going to move on from that and look
well,
at
we had several conversations about like who to bench. Like, because
oh,
what do you do? What do
what
you
do
do?
you
It's the
do?
same with Shane. Like, he is showing like, don't leave me on the bench, dummy.
Yep,
But
yep.
then you look at the team and it's like, well, who are you gonna bench?
I'm gonna bench Jamar Gibbs. I'm probably not gonna do that. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
How about the Scattaboo game? I was like, as if I were Brandon, I would
Mm,
call it Cindy and Brandon to 1-4.
yeah, yeah. Man, Drake May just looked like a superstar. Boy, just like the minute he hit the Hellhounds, he just was like, oh, I'm free. I'm gonna be great. Like he looked good before, but now he looks great. Usually John gets a guy and they go in the toilet. I'm not used to this. Like some kind of backwards world. But yeah, him and Cam Scatabo, the False John has to just be through the moon. Like what he's got some fun pieces here. Like these are fun guys to root for. They're making big plays. Um, man, he came in like a wrecking ball. He's a maniac out there.
He is an absolute maniac.
Yeah. Uh, and look, I just want to talk to Brandon here. Brandon,
Okay,
don't get
okay.
down. Like just you have good players and you've just had bad breaks, and I want you to just keep your chin up and keep the faith because I know things look dark. Just keep stubbing your toes, but there's good players there, and I believe you're gonna try to make a comeback here. We'll see. I feel
Man,
bad for him. It's a lousy record.
it is a lousy record. It's lousy luck. The idea that he loses Garrett Wilson again to another injury, I'm not sure how long
Yeah,
he's going to be out. But the just like kind of like the tragic irony of it all is that this is the 1 year so far that Christian McCaffrey has just looked flawless and looks
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. He was ready. He was like, okay, let's go.
This is the year. Like if you
Yeah,
could have subbed this Christian McCaffrey year into previous years of Brandon's team, he could be looking at a championship. But instead,
yeah,
now he's just searching. So yeah,
yeah.
that's a really good word of encouragement there. I guess we need to talk about the game of the week. Last week's game of the week was, of course, sponsored by Old Spice,
Yeah.
and grateful for their sponsorship over those first 5 weeks of the season, first 6 weeks of the season, excuse me. And you had yet another team pulling out a victory, scoring under 90 points. So let's break down
Whew.
the victory here.
Yeah, look at Mr. Game of the Week winner, huh? Yeah, big boy. Daniel Jones just continues to be this oh so steady, unsexy option. He's just winning games. Rashad White was a great play. Smart to put him bad in there. Too bad you didn't have the same instincts for Kamani Vidal. But look, just in time for spooky season, I present to you all of the wide receivers in this game. Yikes! Like just scary twos everywhere. Like Chad had just had a really down week. Like two good plays and then just who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I don't know. It's bad. What an ugly game. Way to show up in game of the week, Jason.
Hey, sometimes you just got to
Disappointed in you.
do enough to win. Felt great. I mean, great about my defense that you guys got to watch in person and either root for or boo against. I'm not sure what you were doing as you're rooting for the hometown Raiders. I
Yeah.
felt like a dummy watching my receivers barely get over 5 points. At one point, Zay Flowers had two fumbles and negative 1.1 points. And looked over at my daughter and said, McCall, you've got more points than Zay Flowers. I was so mad. So no pictures because no player deserved any attention on this game as we go to the
Yeah.
league standings. As you can see, if you go to the middle of the division, the eruption division, you've got the Ghosts at
Yikes.
6-0 and the Rhinos at 4-2. Just look so good. And
Yeah.
then you've got the Vipers at 4-2 leading the Hot for Teacher division. And
Yeah.
then of course, what we all expected, back on top, tied for the lead. Uh who cares about tiebreakers or points scored at this point? The Karate
No.
Kid on top of the running with the devil division, just like
Yeah.
we all thought and just like we all expected to happen. Uh, let's not look too closely at the point standings. We don't need to
Mm.
necessarily look at that any closer, but I did want to make sure we did see that the Ghosts are ahead of the Rhinos by point 0.1 points over 6.
Oh, that's sexy.
I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
great. Pretty great.
Yeah.
John drops to 3 after leading most of the season so far. I did want to take a quick look at our best ball league. This is Josh's best ball league.
Ooh,
Team
look at
Jason
that.
with 17 points in the North Division. A Mahoney 3000 with 17 points in the South Division. And just a quick run through as we look at the weekly winners from each week. Kind of fun to look at over the first 6 weeks. Who has scored the most points and how? So you have to take a look at these, maybe pause it. We're not going to take time, but you had
Mm.
Shane leading the first week, Chad Long having 82 points from Russell Wilson in week 2. I thought that was
What a
interesting.
world.
The Hellhounds getting the huge week out of Caleb in week 3.
Mm.
Week 4 led to a 226.7
Mm.
victory by Chad Long with points from 36 from Bucky and 37 from Puka. How could this team ever get beat? And then Smitty somehow with a week 5 weekly winner.
Oh, Sammy.
Sam, Rico, White, and Diggs. Wow. This guy, good thing this guy can't trade away Diggs from his team. No trades allowed. And then 225 week 6 from the
Wow.
Vapors, having Swift and Achan and Goddard. So
Got
that's
her.
kind of just a fun little trip through memory lane as we didn't want to forget the best ball league. And then the picks contest. Um,
Mm.
it seems to be really volatile this season. Just
Yeah.
ups and downs. Lots of times when only one person picks Atlanta, one person picks Chicago. You had one person pick the Giants, three people pick Carolina. Just lots of volatility. Just trying to pick winners. The Pharisees and Chad are at the top
Wow.
um, at 63 and 29 with the Cobras just one behind for our picks winners and standings. And now the Survivor contest got interesting with the
Oh.
Philadelphia Eagles being picked by False John and the Hellhounds, meaning only Chad and Smith are alive for
Whew.
the Survivors contest. And this Denver pick in London was apparently they didn't win by 100. Apparently they won by 2. And that was actually could have potentially been a victory for Smith. Uh, Pretty fascinating Survivor contest this year. It's just Chad and I left. We'll see what happens in the week ahead. In our
Yeah.
super contest, we had a week where everyone had 2 or 3 points. Middendorf was the
Mm.
leader this week. Everybody had 2 except for Middendorf having 3, which I found very interesting. That puts the
Yeah.
updated standings
Savvy.
as such. Middendorf with the 1 point lead over A2. And you'll see that Smith and Whiteside are bringing up the
Mm.
tail end there with hardly any wins over 6 weeks. And that moves us to our week
Whew.
7 preview. And we can take a look at what Aaron's going to bring us for the preview between the 6-0 Ghosts and the 3-3 Pharisees.
Yeah, look at this. The old highest scoring team versus the new one.
Yep. Yep.
The Pharisees are reeling, and just here comes the undefeated Ghosts. I mean, is it going to be another round of Justin Fields or Dylan Gabriel? I don't know. Either.
He picked up Joe Flacco for $40 on the waiver wire today.
Oh, okay. All right, Flacco time, baby.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that a little better. Dak is still gonna wax him. I expect. I mean, I'd love it if he threw 4 touchdowns to Jamar Chase. That would delight me. But I think Dak's gonna be way better than Fields. Some great running backs on both sides. Looks very even. Both teams are just stacked. It is a gigantic advantage at Ghost's wide receiver if Puka's out. He's still on John's page here, but he's out, right? Like out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't. Why in the world would they take him to London? He should just stay home in LA.
yeah,
It didn't make any
yeah.
sense.
Just rest him. Like,
Yeah.
I hope their game is close coming into Sunday night, and we get Drake London versus Bijan Robinson on Monday, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba and David Montgomery on Monday night. Is it Sunday and Monday? Yeah,
Sunday, Monday.
like
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be rad. If it's tight going into both of those games, that'll be really fun to watch. I don't think it's going to be close though. I think the Ghosts are looking at 7-0.
I do too. Yeah. He's too strong. Uh, And if he gets anything out of his final 3 positions, it could be
Right.
potentially over. Yeah, and John's too hurt. John's too hurt this time. So, yeah, I'm also going to take the Ghosts to go to 7-0. Man, hard to believe we're after on Monday night we'll have 7 weeks down, but I think this is a pretty good game too. 4-2 versus 3-3, and some good matchups here, including
Yeah.
the Rams going on Sunday night. Tell us about this game.
Yeah, this is a really good one. Rhinos are looking tough now that Patrick Mahomes has woken up. Stafford was playing great prior to last week, so um, he's got the tough Jags defense now, and no Nakua. Like you still got Devonta Adams there. You've still got McVay drawing it up, so I think he'll be good, but not the way Mahomes is playing. Not especially if Rice is back. It's just too much. Coast Sweat Sox got a tough choice to make at running back. We talked about it earlier. I think he'll stick with these two, but boy, it's tough. Swift looked really good. All three have matchups he'd like to exploit. Seems kind of even, regardless, really, between the two teams. I'm kind of surprised Jeff's benching Quinshon Judkins. I think that Dolphins run defense is terrible. If I'm giving away a trade secret, but look, I like the Rhinos to have an edge at every spot, so it's probably not going to matter. I think the Rhinos win this.
Man, I don't like when we choose the same, but I feel like the Mahomes to Rice is going to be something that we're going to remember. And if you could say, like, sometimes the people ask the question, "What's the story going to be next week on the show? Like, what's going to
Oh,
lead with
right.
that? What's going to be the big story?" Man, I feel like the Chiefs being back with the offense opening up in just incredible ways with Rice is going to be the story of the NFL next week. Oftentimes, as you can see with my picks, I'm wrong. I, uh, could not be the story. It could be that Rice is, just not been practicing and not worried about anything, and he's not going to be any good. But I just feel like he'll unlock that offense in ways that we
Yeah.
haven't seen for a few years, especially with the way Mahomes is running the ball. And I'm going to take Jeff too. So uh,
Oof.
now we have a Chris with some lineup changes, some significant lineup changes versus John.
Rico.
I do want to say again what you just reiterated about that trade that the Sweat Sox did. The May for Achan trade was pretty amazing, and Drake Maybes looked better than I ever expected. He looks
Yeah.
really good, and he doesn't even really have a star wide receiver. He just looks like a baller.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
break
He's
down this
got it.
game. I think it's a good one too. Maybe I
Yeah.
just think all the games are good because I love this dumb game we play. But break this
Right.
one down. Break this one down for us.
No, I think this is a tight game. I like the Sam Laporta versus Amon Ra on Monday night. That's going to be really fun. Quarterback just looks super tight to me.
So good.
I give the edge to Drake May just because I think you can move the ball a lot easier on the Titans than you can on the Colts. Um, boy, Genty versus Scatabo, like, yeah, give me both. Like, that's great. I wondered if James Cook was going to get to the bench, and there he is. There's Rico ready to. Boy, the Jets defense doesn't look very good anymore either. So I don't know.
Although
Tight end.
Carolina, I think, is 3-0 at home and 0-3 on the road and looked
Yeah.
incredible each place. So we'll see how Rico does
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah, that is a good point. They're not the same team on the road. Um, Laporta's been a good play for 2 weeks, but Tyler Warren is playing like the best tight end in the league. Um, I think it's going to be the closest game of the week, and I think the Hounds win it.
Oh, okay. I'll take Mahoney. I was going to take whoever he didn't take because I also had it as really kind of, if it weren't for the game of the week, this game, it's just some great matchups. Love the quarterback matchup. Love what you said about the running back matchup with the rookies. Great game. Lots of drama heading into the weekend here. And now we've got 2-2 and 4 teams. I know 3-4 is not a great record. Um, but man, you don't want to be 2-5. So break down the Rompers versus the Dude.
Yeah, both of these teams are desperate for a win. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. They won in week 1, and then it's just been
Man.
just disappointment after disappointment. Baker's got a tough matchup versus the Lions. They've got so many injuries. Um, Jaden Daniels gets to play this dumpsday defense of the Cowboys. Like that just looks like a big edge for the dude.
Yeah.
Baker is a baller, obviously. Like he keeps proving everybody wrong. So he's gonna find these wide receivers nobody's ever heard of, and they're gonna score 2 touchdowns. So maybe I like Daniels a lot better there. Kyron Williams looks like the best running back between the two teams. Um, I don't feel good about a single wide receiver in this game. I don't just keep them.
Hmm.
Yeah, tight end's interesting because Jake Ferguson's been playing very consistently, but
Yeah.
good fantasy football. The Rompers have Cade Otton, and I don't know if you remember last season there was like a 3 week stretch where Cade Otton looked like Tony Gonzalez when everybody else was hurt.
Yeah.
So if Chad's gonna win, that's how it's gonna happen. It's
Okay.
gonna be 2 Cade Otton touchdowns from Baker Mayfield, 120 yards. It's because we've seen it. We've seen it before when the other guys are down. That's where he looks to. Um, it's a narrow path though. I'm gonna go with the dude.
Okay. Uh, you did mention the wide receivers. Kendrick Bourne's looked great the last 2 weeks for San Francisco with Mac Jones just dealing over there.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. That's true.
I did want to point out that I loved that if the Rompers want to go ahead and pick up another team for their defense, he could potentially have nobody active at the noon games on Sunday. He would only have just random games, not on like the big slate for the Monday, for the Sunday at noon. I always love
Yeah,
when it comes to having so
yeah,
many games of the standalone game slots.
that's
Man.
funny.
I'll take shake and bake to make magic with Tez Johnson all night Monday night, and I'll take the Rompers to beat the dude. Now you've
Wow.
got the Vipers versus Brandon.
Yeah.
LGBT. Let's see. What do you have here to break down this? Um, yeah, to be honest, been getting Kayshawn Booty and Kendrick Bourne confused. I must have
Uh
dyslexia or something with the KBs uh, when they're playing one another. But yeah,
huh.
tell us about this game.
Yeah, Vipers get to face their old quarterback. Jalen Hurts played for the Vipers for a few years. Jay was had enough of him, shipped him out. Um, I think Jared Goff gets the better of Hurts in this one. It's just a better matchup. It's um, I don't know. The vibes are just terrible out of Philly. I
Oh,
don't want anything to do with it. I do
no.
like what Dallas Goddard's been doing, but other than that, just get out. Travis Etienne's having a good season. He's number 14, which seems good for him. But here comes Christian McCaffrey, number 4, big
Yeah.
boy, big boy
Yeah.
running back coming in on the other side. So big edge for McCaffrey. J.K. Dobbins no slouch. He was like 16, I think. Um, so I like Dobbins to outscore Brandon's flex. Whoever, yeah, that's weird. I smiled when I saw the double tight end on both teams. I enjoy the weird. Give me a weird, unconventional thing like that. So that's going to be fun. But the Vipers just look like way too much for depleted Brandon to handle right now.
Yeah. Uh, I picked him. I picked the Vipers too. I hate. I mean, I want to. It's hard to root. I don't want to ever root against Brandon. It just seems like he's just too hurt to be able to compete right now.
Yeah,
Um, and I think that Pickens, McBride, and Kraft, that's just a really good. It's just a really good squad. The Vipers are 4-2 for a reason. I'm taking the Vipers to beat Brandon.
Yeah.
Now, get a chance to say thanks to the sponsor for the first third of the season. Old Spice has been great for us. Uh, you
They
know,
smell delicious.
yeah, whether it's been Saquon or CD or CJ or George coming back, I think pretty
Hmm.
soon
Yeah, we
in the
hope so.
coming weeks. Just want to say a huge thanks to them. They've stepped aside. We've actually had another sponsorship approach us, and so we get excited to have that. At least for the next third of the season, we've committed to the next third of the season to be a particular company that I'm very fond of,
Hmm.
and I think it's okay for us to now to say thank you to General
Yeah.
Mills.
Yeah, here we go.
Uh, I picked up, of course, grateful that they sent me out the Justin Jefferson Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Uh, and what did they send you?
We've got some Jamar Chase Lucky Charms. There's
Fantastic.
some trivia on the back, some facts about Jamar.
Okay.
Weirdest place he's ever eaten breakfast was the bus stop as a kid. And what is his lucky charm? His confidence, right?
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
for Justin Jefferson, the weirdest place he's eating breakfast is in the bathtub. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, and I don't know about yours, but it tells me how to do the gritty. It teaches me in 4 steps how to do the gritty. So I feel
Yeah,
pretty good about
I got
that.
the lucky strut.
Oh,
I got
okay.
the lucky strut, and yeah. So we, it's educational, it's delicious, it's nutritious. What more can you want in a cereal than Jamar Chase Lucky Charms?
And what more could you want than the delicious Cinnamon Toast Crunch featuring Justin Jefferson? Thanks to General Mills and all of their great cereals. Perhaps next week we can feature Reese's Puffs. It features yet another player in our league, not happen to be on our team, so they just sent us these. So thanks to General Mills, and we are going to be breaking down. It just so happens that these two players happen to be playing one another
Yeah,
when the Cobras face the Karate Kid.
yeah. Jason, I didn't see any trades posted on the message board. The Justin Jefferson offers you solicited, they just must not have impressed you.
No, I just love having him.
Mm.
There's something about trading away a player whose jersey you owned. I did that one time when it came to my favorite player in the league in Justin Herbert, and so I'm just not
Mm.
quite ready. I feel like if I trade Jefferson, I'll also have to include this jersey, and
Oh
so
wow,
I'm
yeah,
really wanting some strong offers. It's a
yeah.
size, I believe it's a double X. Yeah, 2X. So if
Oh,
you 2X or smaller, feel free to continue to have those trades roll in. But I think that I'm going to have him playing against you this week because of
that's too
especially
bad.
the matchup with General Mills cereals having Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus Lucky Charms.
Well, look, I'm sorry it had to come to this, but look, Jason, I got to file a complaint with Commissioner Mahoney. I
Okay.
shouldn't even have to play you. Look at this joke of a squad. Yes, Nico Collins, Justin Jefferson, they're excellent. But the rest of your guys, they don't belong on the same computer screen with my squad. I'm glad you took them off the screen and went back to us. There it is. Look at that. They don't belong next to my boys. Do yourself a favor. Set your lineup and just log off. Don't look at your scores all weekend. Take the family apple picking, go for a drive down Talamina Drive, see the foliage changing color, but don't ruin you and your family's weekend by taking a peek at what my Cobras are about to do to your puny little squad. Your snivelly little worms. Tell yourself you're on bye week or whatever it is you have to do to get it through your head. I want your daughters to think of you as a hero, the kind of dad that can win a fantasy football game, not some guy who just imagines how good it feels to score 100 points. Big Cobra win.
Oh, what a speech! I can't wait for the girls to watch this, but they're not going to be able to because we're going into a cell phone free weekend. Leaving tomorrow, Thursday, at the crack of dawn,
Perfect.
Flying to Vegas. It's going to be a cell phone free weekend. We're going to see all of the national parks. We're going to see Grand Canyon, and we're going to see uh,
Oh,
Antelope
okay.
Canyon. We're going to go see Bryce Canyon. We're going to go see Horseshoe Bend, and we're going to just be able to turn our phones off, enjoy ourselves. And my crappy squad of just these just underachievers. I even gonna give Nico Collins a week off. I'm going to go Tez Johnson catching 2 touchdown catches again with from Baker. I'm gonna just go ahead and say, hey, Nico, we don't need you right now. We're just gonna. We don't trust Nico. We don't trust CJ. We're trusting some waiver wire ad to be able to have 2 touchdowns against the Cobras. And Aaron's gonna be sick. He's gonna be sick. What he sees as these kind of underdog underachievers having their best weeks against his squad. Karate Kid for the victory with his crappy team, sending Aaron while he's staring at his phone the entire weekend to being down in the dumps, having to face his nemesis, his arch rival on next week's show, and just with a pitiful display of football.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just enjoying the nature and just the mystery of God in the canyons. And meanwhile, my players are just putting up points that they don't deserve to. That is going to be the prediction for the game of the week, brought to you by General Mills, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Justin Jefferson.
Man, you wouldn't dare. Good. I feel like we got some good hype here.
I don't know if anybody
Oh.
watched this. Sometimes people probably turn off the show after their team has been featured twice. Thanks for sticking around this far. Means a lot. Last week we put a little Easter egg
Yeah,
in the
that
show,
worked
and
a
we
little bit.
said put somebody in the chat, in the message board, not the text chain, but in the message board. Go ahead and put somebody who had kind of come up and ruined your week by scoring more points than they deserve to.
Yeah.
Thought Brandon's addition of saying
Yeah,
Cam Scatterbo.
Scatterbo.
Oh, that was
Scatterbo was that was a good
oh,
comment.
that was great.
That
That
was
was good.
good.
I was
Yeah.
thinking this week of another question. Do you happen to have one off the top of your head? I think I can fill it out though.
Uh, Everybody just write in a number that you think is how big Jason is.
What does that even mean?
You know what.
Okay, I'm gonna change that because now I have to mark show not safe for kids on the internet.
I
Okay.
tried to you made me you drew it out of me. I was
I
being
know.
elusive.
I'm gonna change that. We're gonna scratch that. I'll edit this out. I'll edit this. Will be out in post production. I was gonna
Sure.
say, tell me a jersey of someone you've seen in public that was so obscure that you remember it. Like
Mm,
you're going to a Thunder game and you see, like a jersey that doesn't make any sense, like a Raiders Jerry Rice jersey, an
yeah,
obscure
I like that.
jersey. Tell us about an obscure jersey in the wild that you saw.
Mm,
Bonus points for telling us where you saw it. Like I'd love to be able to know, like, hey,
yeah.
I went to a Raiders game and saw, a Pistol Pete Maravich jersey from LSU, something like that.
I always appreciate a weird jersey. I love it. It's like,
Me too.
what
I
is
do.
that guy? Who is that? Yeah, that's a
Why
good
is he
call.
wearing?
That'll be more interesting the results than what I proposed.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really sorry. I have no editing capabilities. Hey,
Yeah.
worst of luck this week. I hope your players stay healthy and completely underperform
Mm,
from Thursday to Monday night.
yeah, don't fall in the canyon. Bye.